Welcome to The Explainer. You know, we're all about turning messy data into these amazing, clear insights. But there's a secret ingredient. It's probably the most important step in the entire process, but it's the one nobody ever talks about. Let's dive in.
All right, so to really wrap our heads around this, we're going to lean on this fantastic metaphor from our source material. Think about it like this. Data preparation is everything you do in the kitchen before you even think about turning on the stove. Yeah, it's not the fun part, it's not glamorous, but if you skip it, your meal's going to be an absolute disaster.
You see these stunning charts and these aha moments, and it's easy to think it's some kind of magic, right? But nope. The truth is, every single one of them starts in what's basically a digital messy kitchen. I'm talking ingredients all over the counter, stuff everywhere, total chaos.
So let's get into it. What does it actually mean to clean this data kitchen? What is data preparation, really?
Well, at its core, it's the process of taking all that raw, messy, scattered data and turning it into something clean, useful, and actually ready to be analyzed. You know, it's like sorting your Legos by color before you build something awesome, or sharpening all your pencils before a huge test. It's all that prep work that sets you up for success.
Okay, I know what you might be thinking. Can't we just skip this part and get to the actual analysis, the fun stuff? And the answer is a big, flashing neon no. Trying to work in a dirty kitchen is, well, it's a recipe for disaster.
Let's just stick with this cooking idea for a second, because it makes this so clear. Seriously, what happens if you try to bake a cake, but you just grab whatever ingredients are lying around without checking them?
I mean, your analysis would be like trying to cook with rotten eggs for your data. Maybe you're missing the flour altogether. That's incomplete data. Or your bowl is just full of dirt, which is just inaccurate data. The cake would be disgusting, right? Totally unusable. It doesn't matter how great your recipe is if your ingredients are bad. It's that classic problem. Garbage in, garbage out.
And that is why this is number one. Data preparation is truly the foundation for any successful data project. I'm not exaggerating. If you nail this part, you're setting yourself up for a win. But if you mess it up, the whole thing can just crumble before you've even really started.
Okay, so we need good ingredients. Simple enough, but where do they even come from? Let's go have a look in our digital pantry.
You know, in a perfect world, all our data would be in this one beautiful, organized corporate data warehouse. It'd be like a perfectly stocked pantry where you know exactly where everything is. But the reality? It's much more like a messy attic. Stuff is just everywhere. Valuable things, sure, but they're spattered all over the place. And I mean, it can come from anywhere. We're talking warranty claims, point-of-sale systems, weather readings, random databases from the marketing department, operational systems, you name it. And a huge part of the job is just finding all these different pieces and bringing them into one place.
All right, so now that we know what a mess we're dealing with, let's get practical. Let's walk through the actual step-by-step recipe for this whole data prep thing.
So, step one, you make a requirements list. This is literally your shopping list. What do you need? Then you identify what you've got. You check the pantry and the fridge, and then you start getting all those ingredients out on the counter. In the data world, we do this using something called the ELT process.
And ELT is a really important idea. It's pretty simple. E is for extract. You go out and you grab the data from all those different sources. L is for load. You put it all into one central spot, like a big mixing bowl. And T is for transform. This is where the magic happens. You clean it, you shape it, you organize it, you make it usable. Then comes maybe the most important part, actually cleaning the data. This is just like washing your veggies and cutting off the bad spots. You also have to really get to know your ingredients. What are you working with here? And you don't do this with your bare hands. You use your kitchen gadgets, specialized data prep tools to make the job easier and better.
And knowing your ingredients means understanding what kind of data you have. Is it qualitative? You know, stuff that describes qualities like flavors or textures. Or is it quantitative? Stuff you can measure with numbers, like cups of flour or grams of sugar. Knowing the difference is absolutely crucial for how you're going to use it later.
And like I said, pros don't do this all by hand. They have a whole toolbox of kitchen gadgets. You'll see things like Hadoop, OpenRefine, Data Wrangler. These are specialized tools designed to help manage this whole complex and sometimes messy process.
Okay, so after all that work, all the gathering, the extracting, the cleaning, the transforming, what do you actually get? What's the payoff for all this effort?
Well, this table shows it all. Look at the transformation.
Before, your data is messy, raw, scattered. Honestly, its usability is basically zero. It's impossible to work with. But after prep, it's clean, it's organized, it's ready to go. The usability is high. We've officially moved from garbage in, garbage out to being ready for model planning. It's like having the perfect mise en place. Every ingredient is prepped and in its bowl, ready for the chef.
So, let's wrap this up with a quick cheat sheet. What's the takeaway? Data prep is phase 2 of the data lifecycle. Its whole purpose is to get messy data ready for analysis. The ELT process, extract, load, transform, is your best friend here. It's all about fixing errors, getting rid of duplicates, filling in missing values, and this is the big one, it sets the foundation for absolutely everything that comes after.
So just remember this quote. Data prep isn't just some boring first step. It is the step that makes all the cool stuff possible. It's the kitchen cleanup that guarantees your data feast is going to taste good. If you skip it, nothing else matters.
And that's the final thought I want to leave you with. Now that the kitchen is clean and you have all these perfect, reliable ingredients, what kind of amazing data feast would you create? The possibilities are pretty much endless. Thanks for watching.